Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to LA Lakers basketball. Listen, there's something that we got to address, and we need to really address it immediately. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. And what's going on, Laker family? What's up? I'm just ready to dive into this. It's just real crazy situation. I don't know if many of you saw it, but Doc Rivers, to me, he had some clownish remarks when it came to LeBron and the Lakers organization. And, we'll get into that in a minute. It was dealing with load management, and I'm going to let you guys hear what LeBron originally said and what Doc had to say about what LeBron said. But, I thought it was kind of clownish. I thought it was kind of corny. But before I even get into it and chop it up about it, let's hear what LeBron had to say first when it came to, the topic of load management. And then we'll be right back.
Is it a matter
If I'm healthy, I play.
that's just going to be your approach all year?
I mean, that should be the approach. I mean, unless we're getting to late in the season, we've clinched and we can't get any better or any worse, and it could benefit from that. But I mean, why wouldn't I play if I'm healthy? It doesn't make any sense to me, personally. I mean, I don't know how many games I got left in my career. I don't know how many kids that may show up to a game that they're to come see me play, and if I sit out, then what? That's my obligation. My obligation is to play for my teammates, and if I'm healthy, then I'm gonna play. If coach sits me out, then I'm not healthy, and it's just that simple.
All right, I'm back, guys. Now, you guys heard the audio. We heard what LeBron James had to say. There's nowhere in LeBron's comments where he brought up anybody else or even remotely, to me, sounded like he was taking a shot at anybody else, especially Kawhi Leonard. And it's crazy because when you look at these media outlets, you look at these reporters, they're always trying to get some story. Like I looked at some of the different people that posted up about what LeBron had to say. They had headings like LeBron takes load management shot at Kawhi. But when you listen to what LeBron said, and his answer was, listen, if I am healthy, why would I not play? If it's down and it's late in the season and we have some rest time, there's no need to play for anything else. There's no seeding things going on where we're trying to get into a specific spot, first place, second place. If there's no type of race going on, then yeah, if I have the ability to rest then I will do that. But if I am healthy and able to play, why would I sit on the bench and not play? To me, that's not a direct shot at Kawhi Leonard. That's a man answering the question about, what he's being asked. Listen, LeBron, are you going to load manage? No. For what? There's no reason for me to load manage, and this is my personal belief for my personal self. This is not against anything else. And think about this. In order for LeBron to be taking a shot at Kawhi, that means he would have to have some personal information outside of what we've seen said in the media and heard from the Clippers organization that, listen, Kawhi is perfectly healthy and he's just sitting out. Yeah, we can all assume that, but there were some injuries that he was dealing with. So he would have to have that personal information and knowledge to even, take a shot at him in that, in that direction or, about that situation. But yeah, let's hear what Doc had to say about this. And honestly, I was surprised that Doc went there, because to me, it sounds like he's just feeding into what he's seeing and what he's listening to on YouTube and just reading some of what the media is saying, instead of just realizing, like, listen, Doc, you can't just assume and jump to conclusions just because of what headings or headlines are saying. Listen to what LeBron said. Whether you think he's taking a shot or not, he didn't mention anybody's name. So this thing shouldn't have never, turned personal. But let's listen to what Doc has to say, and I'll be right back.
It's our philosophy. I don't know what theirs are. I think theirs is whatever LeBron says it is. To be honest,
Makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense to me. But no, I think I like what we're doing. I think it's the smart thing to do, and who knows? We'll see at the end.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back. Listen, I thought that was one of the clownish comments. I thought that was so corny. For Doc to say that, to even, call out our organization, the Lakers organization, call out LeBron. listen, all Doc had to say was, listen, I don't know what their philosophy is. We're doing what we need to do. We're doing what works for us, and we'll see what happens in the end. You know, all of the, they're doing whatever it is LeBron says do, and all of the, I mean, you know, and then the reporter, he's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, are you serious? Like, but this is what they want. This is what the reporters and the media want, because they, you know, it's weird because now that LeBron is on the Lakers, you know, for the last couple years, you know, I've been a Laker fan like 27, 28 years, pretty much almost 30 years. So I didn't really, you know, I follow everything Lakers, no matter who's on the team. So I didn't really follow LeBron like I do now since he's been on the Lakers. I definitely watched him in the playoffs and things of that nature, but I didn't really follow him like that. And now that he's on the team and that I pretty much follow him and listen to some of the things that's being said about him, yo, these guys, they're striving to come up with something every day to talk about LeBron. They're trying to come up with some type of piece of information or keep something going to keep LeBron James' name in the media, because it seems like this is the only way that they can really have material when it comes to the NBA with some of these guys. It seems like they can't find anything else to talk about when there's so much go on other teams and so many different people that's playing the game and doing great things and playing. It's just weird, you know what I mean, that they're constantly trying to keep something going when it comes to LeBron. Even the video that I checked out, and even some of the audio we just listened to, one of the headings said, Doc Rivers fires back at LeBron. Like, when did this turn into a Clippers-Lakers thing, LeBron, Kawhi thing, Doc Rivers, LeBron thing? It's corny, man, and I hope that we, as the Lakers and the Lakers organization, and even LeBron, that we don't feed into none of this nonsense the way Doc did. I'm hoping that, you know, we just keep it for when, you know, for when it's time to get on the court. Christmas Day, we'll see what it is. Let's handle it then. I just hope that LeBron, because I know sometimes LeBron, it's hard for him to hold back and say something. And sometimes I feel like sometimes he doesn't really need to say anything, because LeBron is a beast. You know, he does what he does on the court. And sometimes I feel like some things are best left alone and just showed on the court. But, you know, they're going to bait LeBron, you know, today or tomorrow. At some point, they're going to bait him with what Doc said. And I just hope that he just downplays it and doesn't even feed into it. And this is how you know that this whole situation is corny, and even what Doc said was corny, because remember, they asked James Harden the same exact question. And listen, let's listen to that audio really quickly, and let's see what James Harden had to say about the load management thing, and I'm going to be right back to give you my closing thoughts. All right, here's James.
Anybody? Y'all good? Go ahead.
James, there's been talk for years about load management. And Chris Paul dealt with that. Russ is doing it a little. But you're somebody who plays, and we've asked about this, but it's more and more of an issue in the NBA. How do you feel about load management in the NBA?
I don't know. I don't have no voice on that. I guess that pertains to each individual person and what they work out with the medical team. You know, so.
Is that something you've ever considered, kind of having a rest schedule or taking games off to help yourself in the season?
If I'm hurt, of course I won't play. You know, even if I'm a little banged up, I'll try to push through it to a certain extent. But I don't know, have you ever seen me not play because of load management?
Can it be an issue though? I mean, there's a lot of talk now to where guys aren't playing back-to-backs, or they're playing 60 games in the regular season, but then maybe they're fresh in May or June.
I don't know. That's not my conversation. That's not something that I want to be in.
Now, come on, guys. Listen to what Harden's response was. It pretty much was verbatim of what LeBron said. When it comes to load management, the definition of load management is me sitting out, not being hurt, not being injured, and 100% capable to play, or even 80%, as long as I'm able to go out there and make sure I give some type of great effort on my behalf, then I'm all for it. But if it's just me sitting out just to rest and I have the ability to be out there to play, no, I'm not going to do it. That's the same exact thing LeBron said. And another thing that Harden says, listen, if I'm injured, once again, because remember, they asked LeBron about this before, And he said the same thing that Harden said. Listen, if I'm injured, I am not going to play. If the team tells me that, I should take it easy this game because of whatever injury I sustained the last game or that has happened to me in the previous game, then I'm not going to play. And that's basically what Harden just said. Like, listen, when it comes to load management, me sitting out for nothing, then listen, that's not going to happen. And that's all LeBron pretty much said. But you know what's so beautiful? And I respect Harden, and he was very smart for this. If you notice, the reporters tried to bait him into getting on some bull when it comes to this, into getting into something that they could use to start some type of feud. Oh, Harden takes a shot at Kawhi and this and that. And once again, I don't think LeBron took a shot at him. I think LeBron answered it honestly and personally. But listen to what Harden said. He says, listen, that's not my conversation. You know what I mean? That's not something for me to get into. And he was so smart for doing that. And if you notice, if you go back and listen to it again, twice, they tried to bait him into saying something that they could use, to turn it into some type of feud or some type of back and forth and some type of nonsense. And that's why I felt like Doc's comments was real clownish, and I thought they were real immature, because Doc know better. Come on, Doc, you should know better. If you listen to what LeBron had to say and you didn't hear him reference Kawhi or say anything towards Kawhi or slightly sound like he was talking about Kawhi, then why would you feed into it? You know what I mean? But you know what? It's all good. We all, Laker family, we here for the smoke. However they want it, however it got to go down. We'll be ready on Christmas. Hopefully everybody will be healthy. Let's handle it where it's supposed to be handled at on the court. I'm just hoping that LeBron does not feed into this and it doesn't turn into something real corny, because that nonsense Doc said was foolish. You know what I mean? And it was clownish and it was corny. But like he said, we'll see. In the end, when all the dust is cleared, we'll see who will be holding that Larry O'Brien trophy. And I guess that's all that matters. Listen, I think Kawhi is a great player. Whether Kawhi's sitting out, if he's injured or he's not injured, that's his business. That's what he want to do. And that's basically what Harden was saying. And I think that's how all these other guys feel. Even if they feel like you kind of shortchanging the league by not playing, this is this man's personal business. Let him do what he's doing. But when you start taking shots and calling names, then it's turning into something else. But that's just my thoughts on it. I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer on this silliness, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on it from the Laker family perspective, from an LA Lakers basketball perspective, especially being that we're the ones that were called out. But yeah, December 25th is near, it's close. We'll see what they do on the court. But listen, I love you guys. And like I always tell you, Laker family, until the next time we chop it up, stay true. Peace.